Yeah, buddy.
Oh boy,
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
man, I'm doing fantastic, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm over here wrapping up one of my lineups for tomorrow on fantasy right now.
Yeah, what's the matchup for tomorrow?
Oh, bro, it's a nice little slate. Hold on, finish that up. Yeah, so tomorrow's I believe it's 6 games. Yeah, tomorrow I got 6 games. 7 o'clock, Pelicans at Cleveland. Another early game. There's 3 early games tomorrow. New Orleans, Cleveland, at Cleveland. Clippers
I'm already
at
leaning
Indiana.
toward that New Orleans game already. As far as
Mm-hmm.
grabbing some quality guys, I'm going for Cleveland guys at the rip.
I'm about to say, you on headphones or something? Coming across real unclear.
Yeah, I was ahead from
Hello? Yo.
So let me see. All right, how's that?
Oh, yeah, that's way better.
Bet.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we got Pelicans at Cleveland, Clippers at Indiana, Memphis at Philly, Miami at Boston, Toronto at Atlanta, Sacramento at the Knicks, Golden State at the Rockets, and Trailblazers at the Thunder.
I like Golden State as far as for picking for betting purposes. I would say Golden State either probably against the spread, to be honest with
Mm.
you. I just like how they match up with Houston. I mean, Houston has played stretches this year where they've been able to beat good teams, but they're just not there yet.
Not quite.
Um, but I like
Definitely
the
not.
direction that they're heading. It's just that they're not really where they should be yet.
Yeah, Houston, they got too much young talent. They've been having some health issues on top of just general health issues. Then COVID's kind of kicked their ass a couple of times.
That's true.
Like, really stripped their whole roster back a bit. I got big disrespect for Eric Gordon over here for some reason.
Yeah, I
That shit
mean, the
messed up.
fact that you've been able to get him for around $7 grand every week is actually astonishing.
Man. Well, now, in fact, my boy is 4,600 right now.
Dude, that is an absolute deal.
Deal. Like, still deal. That don't make no sense.
I mean, you're talking about getting a guy who can easily get you 25, 5, and 3, and not to mention what you're going to be getting from the 3-point line with him, too.
Exactly.
Like, that's great
Keyword
value.
easily.
That's
Easily.
great. That's great value. That's like in fantasy football this year, I went for players who were going to get me great value.
Yeah.
That's why my first pick was Jonathan Taylor, because I looked at what I believe they could do, and I was like, they're gonna need to run heavy to set up what they have to do offensively. Because Carson Wentz ain't scaring nobody.
Nah. Say that again. Ain't scaring nobody.
Yeah, and I said there's no, and when a team doesn't really, I'm not saying yeah, but yeah, I'm saying like this: if the other team does not fear your quarterback as a team, I'm a little worrisome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they gotta have. I think not even just fear. Like, just have some respect for your game.
Yeah, and I
Right,
don't
like
think they're
that's
getting.
how it was for the Patriots. It's kind of what the example I'm talking about. Like, I think there's a lot of respect for the Patriots innovation, like kind of spontaneity, and then the coaching. Then the
Mhm.
personnel, like back when they were having their streak, and I was like, oh shit. Like, think about the Steelers. Like, as a Steeler fan coming in there, Which you are a Steelers fan coming that have lived through some of those.
I tell people like this. It started with that game in 2001, AFC title game in 01.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers got there off the strength of Cordell Stewart not turning the ball over that year and leaning heavily on Jerome Bettis and Hines Ward. And that was also the year Plax really came onto the scene too.
Mm-hmm.
But that team in 01 that kind of propelled the Patriots into what they were. What I saw in those games on the ride up to that championship, having to go play against Oakland when Oakland was smoking people. For y'all who don't remember, the Raiders used to be competent. They was out there smoking people, basically owning the AFC West with a 40-year-old quarterback and two 40-year-old wide receivers.
Yeah, that shit was pretty impressive.
And then they had this one, I forgot who that third wideout was. He won't slash these. I can't remember his name. But they were straight. And they also had a stable of young backs led by Tyrone Wheatley.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, they made that claim. They made that claim. And then the matchup that you're talking about.
Exactly.
It's like, God, man. I feel for Steelers fans because it's kind of immovable object for some time.
Like, I'll be real with you. I thought about this the other day. The Steelers had to pick 2 picks before Brady was picked to go to New England. You know who we took? T. Martin. Man. We took T. Martin. Literally, this is how crazy fate is. We were one split decision away from the Patriots never mattering. Think about how heavy that is.
But I know lots of people, but that whole division right there, man, like all of that fluff too. Like Cincinnati won't really living up the hype.
I mean, they weren't taking advantage of their talent. They had talent.
They were talented. Like they had a couple really, and then they had Carson Palmer forever.
Yeah, well, Carson Palmer, I'll be real with you. In 05, he kind of dug his knee out his leg. So the hit was dirty. It's been damn near 20 years. The hit was dirty. Brett Keith took that man knee out like had that man leaning like a fight night character.
I think he could have got it popping, bro. He could have been the one. He could have got him to the promised land.
Yeah, I believe he did get there. No, he didn't. That was Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
But he got close. He got close.
Man, right now it's looking crazy though. We got a Super Bowl to look forward to now.
Yes, we do. And I really like the Rams a whole lot. I like them to win this game because I think Matt Stafford's just a better quarterback right now. And I think it's going to matter. I think it's going to matter because
it's another crazy storyline. Like Joe Burrows is about to look like that motherfucker.
Put it like this: what's going to wind up happening? I think his career is going to traject the same way Big Ben's did, hot early.
Right. And then you were about to say Brady can retire after this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, the league is
gonna have to because I think Burrow really about to make a case for that baggity bag.
And what's crazy is that everyone's want to put in all this saying the Chiefs could be unbeatable, bro. I seriously do believe that the Chargers in the next 2 years will be the class of that division.
Man, I think the
Bengals. No slack. The Raiders are right there, bro. The Raiders were a Darren Waller injury away from winning this division.
But have the Bengals ever been to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, last time they were there was in '88 when they lost to the 49ers.
That's crazy.
That's the wildest part about it right there.
The 10-7. Man, I'm so hurt about the Colts.
Yeah, but I put a post on Facebook where I said if Lions fans aren't rooting for Stafford, they hella fake.
No, yeah, they big fake. You put it on the
Like,
line.
like he was saying, like, you know, my brother's a Patriot fan, right? An actual Patriot fan. He actually pulled for Tom Brady to win that 7th game, because he admitted, had it not been for Tom, bro, there's no way they were going to beat us the way they were.
Yeah.
It really wasn't the Patriots' offense, because once Brady got a little bit older, we were able to actually catch the dub on
Now, and I
them.
think
It was
that
11
line
years between
fluctuated a
victories
little
and
bit
victories.
near the end, right? I think his protection was getting a little lax the last couple seasons.
And not to mention, it wasn't like New England was bringing in prime weapons either.
Nah, big fact. Big fact. Snoop, hit that hotline, man. See what we talking about first, bro. Yeah, I mean, you got, bro, we ain't just put. It's my homeboy. I actually came up with. So yeah, if you hit the hotline, you talking with us and shit. Like we'll see what's up. But yeah, right now we just really trying to catch a thread, and yeah, keep the vibes popping up here right now. Stereo done got crazy. Everybody hopping. Everybody shows. Don't nobody say hello and stuff like that. So yeah, you got to do that real quick. It's my homeboy. He ain't even really on stereo like that. We definitely here just to kind of record an episode of the podcast. And yeah, just kind of keep it flowing, man. Like start a new tradition in terms of that. Also, my frat brother too. Shout out to the Brown and Gold. You know what I mean? All of that. Yeah, everybody be trying to hop in everybody's show over there in stereo. Get a little strange sometimes, and then they be mad. Start throwing snowballs like you don't see me trying to get in your show, like, bruh. We're not out here just
like this was pre-planned a little bit, brother. Like, we trying to build something real quick, get this joint popping. Because I'm sitting here directly connected to a king on this app right now, like for real.
Yeah, that's actual. But
You
yeah,
know what
man.
I mean? I don't know all the inner workings, of the culture that much of stereo. I've
Dangerous.
listened to your shows, but I haven't been like on a live one. God knows how long.
Yeah, no, I've been kind of going on sparsely here the last little bit.
Yeah, man. It's like, but to kind of touch back on what we was talking about, this Super Bowl match, like you said, man, there's a ton of storylines. I mean, we got like everyone hopped on Patrick Mahomes real quick. Quick to defend him. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If my OC, and I coach football for those of you who don't know.
Yeah,
If I go into the half with a 3-score lead, that was a 3-score lead. All right, that's 18 points. That's 3 touchdowns. We blocking extra points around here. What this means is that Patrick Mahomes didn't have the awareness to check out of these passes, or maybe he was just trying to be that greedy. But I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If I'm up by 3 scores and then my team hits a struggle, I'm keeping it basic and running the ball. They threw themselves out of that game way more than Joe Burrow threw them back in.
Man, we go see the stat line real quick. Yeah, I got a stat line on that. Yeah, that's crazy. You said they threw themselves out of that stats. Let's see what's going on here.
Now take a look at the pass attempts to run attempts and think about it as a ratio.
26 to 29. I mean, 39 for Mahomes, 3 touchdowns.
So 39 passes. Count the total rush attempts.
12, 18, 21, down 24.
24 rushes total. You have an 18-point lead. Why are we throwing the ball 40 times? It should have never even touched maybe the mid-30s. I'm thinking 32 to 33 passes max with a 3-score lead to protect because you only threw the ball 15 times in the first half. He was
Yeah.
13 for 15 in the first half. So that means he threw the ball 25 more times with an 18-point lead.
Facts. Mm-hmm.
And when you go back and look at the first half stats, tell me how many rushes they had. Because we're talking about 24 total. I can guarantee you that they ran that ball at least 14 times in that first half.
Mm.
I can almost guarantee. I'm not even looking at the stats, but I bet you if you can pull up the first half stats, like just click around the stats and find that first half,
I look
guarantee that rush total is
at
around
that
14.
sacks allowed stick out like a stick for a thumb, 4-1. Chiefs sacked 4 times. The Bengals won.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs got off one more play. A total 67 total plays to 66 plays. Third down efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals 8 of 14, 6 of 12. So percentage goes to the Bengals. And that TOP is the
Mm-hmm.
Bengals definitely killed them. Time of possession.
Yeah, because they were running the football,
Right.
and that's what matters. If you're able to run the ball, what you're able to do is control the pace of the game, which is something that every coach will say they want to do, and then they bounce out of it so quick. And Andy Reid does that. He was doing that in Philly, and he had Brian Westbrook in his backfield.
Damn, here goes a situation where they had more yards, more total yards, more rushing yards, everything. They had more rushing yards. Bengals. Yeah, that one got to hurt for Chiefs fans.
Yeah, like I've been like when I'm like, all right, this morning, right?
Yeah.
We talked yesterday, and I told you we opened up our camp today,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the first things that I told the boys is that there's gonna come a time when you're playing this game where you're not gonna be the best guy on the field, and you got to learn how to play through that kind of adversity. Because there's times where we took the field last year when I was coaching where I knew I had the best quarterback, I knew I had the best running back, I knew I had the best wide receiver. That's an overwhelming blessing to have offensively. And that's the same situation the Chiefs are in right now. But
No.
here's where the problem comes in. They have a great back in Edwards-Helaire, and he's not allowed to be a great back because what they're trying to do is win it one way and one way only, and that's by riding that 3-headed pony of Mahomes, Hill, Kelce. There was a
Yeah.
few throws to Hill that I guarantee you a swing pass to Edwards-Helaire would have probably got you more.
Yeah.
Because you got Mahomes throwing it in the traffic, and Tyreek Hill at moving at the speeds he moves on. It takes one person, and he's done.
That's what I'm trying to say. They forcing shit, bro. They forcing it. Like, why are they forcing a game like that? Yeah, them pass attempts great for them to even be trying to get it out there like that. And they had a lead, like you were saying, like, oh, it's stupid. Like, win the damn. Put the bitch away. Like, it's a lot on the line at that point that they didn't threw the fuck away.
Like now I understand, giving up that touchdown in the first half. I would have hoped that wouldn't have been the case.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I can honestly tell you, there's no way that I just can't get over the fact I do not go into the half with momentum and everything. I'm up 21-10 at the half. Dude, there is no way with that offensive line and everything else that they have that I give up that kind of play, bro. I'm not going to give them that much clock.
Nah.
Like I'm running twice and throwing. I'm doing it like everyone's first Madden drive. I'm gonna run the ball twice, then throw it on third. I'm just trying to get a feel for it. I'm playing it that whole way. And if I happen to get it third and short, like third and 3 or shorter, then I'll just run it the third time. But either
Yeah.
way, that drive is gonna take about 2.5, 3 minutes, and that's a 3 and out versus
Mm.
me running the ball once, maybe, and throwing it twice, and I'm getting 2 incompletes. Now, a drive that could have took 2.5, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, has now only taken about 18 seconds.
Yeah. All right, stop clock.
Mm-hmm.
That's craziness, man. They got to think about it. They could have played a much better game.
Mm-hmm.
They could have played a much better game.
And then the fact that like I'm at Walmart and I'm watching the game on my phone, and I'm just looking like there's a level of retarded in this play calling that I just can't get behind. Like just watching it, and as a play caller, it's pissing me off. Like I get, they're built to pass the ball. I get it, and that was the same excuse that they used in Atlanta when they blew that 28-3 lead, which that made even less sense. But if I have a lead, like a squared up, show enough lead, like both of those teams had, bro, there's no way I'm blowing that lead, especially at home.
Yeah. Fraud. They did. That's what I'm saying. They did it to themselves on that one. Fraud.
Like, and now I gotta judge Mahomes. I gotta judge him because if there's any other quarterback who lost that much at home, we'll be calling for they'll be calling to probably, get him out of there, to be basically blaming him. He's not gonna get that blame. They're gonna try to bring it down on the defense when all he did was turn the ball over almost 3 times in that half.
Yeah.
Because and he got lucky because that fumble was recovered by them. Because I'm telling you, all it takes, because offensive lineman, unless he's totally blown off his assignment, is not going to see that ball when it hit the ground because he's facing somebody. That's why a fumble by your quarterback is the most dangerous turnover scenario because you're almost guaranteed to lose that ball.
Yeah, this shit crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that bitch. You gotta have better protection, man. I didn't even see a turnover. That's what I was going back to. The turnovers. What's the
Mm-hmm.
turnovers? Uh, turnovers. Fumbles lost, none. Interceptions thrown 2-1. Yeah, man, you gotta protect the ball. And yeah, you gotta have a better game plan with all of that shit on the line. I think you got as much to lose. Playoff game, division playoff game, bro. Like you gotta pound it. You get a leg up on somebody, you gotta pound it. And to go
Mm-hmm.
back to like the just the old school Belichick Patriots with Brady, all of that in full motion. Look, they get you in that situation, bro. They're making you pay. The game plan is making you pay because
Mm-hmm.
they're getting the clock, like they're killing the clock, and your eyes, the pressure is on. Like they're creating like they pressure cooking you because like they got your D out there, like
Mm-hmm.
getting 4 out. Then god damn, like the shit, and then yeah, and they get on the field. By the time you get on the field, the pressure's on. It don't go 3 and out. You know what I mean? Because the frustration starts to mount. Like, man, come on,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta make this happen. They probably chewed that clock up. Yeah, I definitely am about to look at the replay here in a little bit because I know I did ghost the game a little bit. But yeah, it's an exciting. I think it's an exciting Super Bowl matchup
Oh
with the
yeah.
Bengals and the Rams. Again, modern NFL. We were calling that transition to like just kind of new
Mm-hmm.
power dynamic in the league. Looking at just those shifts that they had made with the Rams the last couple of years of Gurley and the shit that they got them that ring. They got a ring, right?
Oh no, they lost that Super Bowl to the Patriots.
Oh yeah, well yeah, shit. When they got to the
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
there's only one player on that Rams team that has a ring, and that's Von Miller.
yeah, they get a chance to redeem themselves. Whoa, they got, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, and didn't that happen mid-season?
Yeah, and you know what else is crazy about this? I just thought about this matchup. These two teams were built in completely different ways.
Mm.
The Rams were built through trades and free agency and getting rid. Like they don't have a first round draft pick until 2024. They sold a barn to get to this point. So you got that team basically built by money. Then you go to the Bengals. That is the most organic team in the NFL. Like I don't think
Yeah,
they have a starter that played somewhere else outside of Eli Apple.
yeah. No, they put together like just
That
fresh
team
off
was
the bat.
drafted. Like that was 96 Bulls type stuff. They just built that through the draft.
Yeah. Mm.
Like the last
They-
team I saw get built in the draft and then get to a Super Bowl, I thought at a time like before they were good enough to be there was the New England Patriots back in 2001.
mm. Boy, boy,
Because
boy.
ain't no one and their mama even had them boys getting to the playoffs because the Jets were the hottest team in the AFC East at that point.
Yeah.
New England was a freaking cellar dweller the entire time. All they had was
Mm.
Drew Bledsoe and a decent defense.
Yeah. Well, both teams threw it away. San Fran and and the Chiefs.
Patriots.
Chiefs and San Fran blowing it when it's all on the line, man. Come on. Let me see what Stafford had a pretty big day. 337.
And
30.
a lot of that was the Cooper Cup.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Cooper
Cup.
Cup got in that end zone a couple
Touchdown.
times.
That was a guy in fantasy today. Shit.
hmm
Debo.
That's where our boy that's how our boy won the league this year with Cooper Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. And then that damn defense, man. Man, yeah, that's the situation right there, bro. So, action packed for
Mm-hmm.
this. Who you we got to go ahead, man, and put it out there. I know we got time. What would you say your early projection in terms of the winner of the Super Bowl? Who you calling?
I'm gonna call the Rams, and here's my reasoning for that is I believe that this is the D line that can make that young O line pay because you have seven guys I believe that play for the Rams up front that can take advantage of matchups.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to deal with Von Miller. Do you double that? You got to deal with Darnold. Do you double that? Well, cool. If you happen to double that, you're more likely going to use a tackle and a tight end for a bump, or maybe even push a guard over. So what you're really doing is giving that middle way more to work with. That's why I'm almost calling Sam Darnold. While Aaron Donald is able to get the sacks that he gets and the one-on-ones that he gets because you got to take care of those edges against the Rams. And while these boys, honestly, I think the defense is just going to make that much of a difference. And I also believe that the Rams, this is how I look at matchups. Because it's not, oh, bro, how are they going to deal with this defender, this defender, this defender? And it's not the same way with the offense. It's how well does what your personnel like to do match up with what this other team wants to do offensively? Can they do things to you that you cannot counter? It's an all in matchup. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the best defenses, but Tom Brady always had a dick for
Mm-hmm. Man.
him. So I believe in this matchup, it's going to be the Rams defense
Mm-hmm.
topping whatever these young guys can do for the Bengals. And I believe that the Bengals D doesn't have a proper matchup for Cup and Beckham. This is where that comes into play. And the fact that I believe if LA gets even a small lead, they have no problem turning around and handing it off to Cam Akers. There's just so much that I
Yeah, this
believe that
actually a
LA
big
comes in ready to play. And not to mention, these guys been there before. It's different going as your first trip and your franchise ain't been there since we were born. There's so much that I believe that this will probably be the game where the Bengals are just too happy for the moment. While I believe the Rams are going to come in on business because they want that. Stafford needs this. That's what. That's
It
why
says
I
the
said
final 2021 NFL secondary rankings from NFL News and Analysis. Number 1, Bills. 2, Bucks. 3, Patriots. 4, Browns. 5, Saints. 6, Chiefs. 7, Titans. 8, Dolphins. 9, Cowboys. You know what I mean? I'm a boy based on Diggs. Number 10, the Rams. Oh, shit. Number 11, the Bengals. So the Cincinnati's passing offense wasn't the team's only unit to take a major leap in efficiency in 2021. The Bengals' pass coverage finished the regular season as the 7th most improved group 1 year over in terms of EPA allowed per pass. 2 free agent signings with Chidobe Azui and Mike Hilton. They helped to get there. Azui was the 2nd highest graded cornerback of the regular season, while Hilton was the 7th.
Hilton was a Pittsburgh Steeler last year.
And so the Rams pass defense unit regressed some from 2020, but they're still above average. Jalen Ramsey is a huge reason, but and he's still a top tier player. He say he ranks top 10 in both slot and outside coverage. But yeah, that Bengals versus that real, I mean that real shifty fucking receiver core and explosive receiving core they got for the Rams.
Keep in mind, they got here and didn't have Robert Woods. That's some scary shit when you really think about it. When a team can get to the Super Bowl and on the way there, dethrone him at the same time.
Now that's something definitely right. Like, I just sent you that link too. So yeah, like, even looking at like this the episode you got coming up for halftime adjustment, big point to point out there, right? And that's probably too a good thing we could do right here is come up with a mean whiteboard, just sharp-eyed shit to focus on. Look, let's just take a look at the secondaries here, because I think like this is definitely gonna be a battle of QBs, right? More so than a battle of backs.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be. I mean, keep in mind this Rams team. When they got to the Super Bowl a few years ago, there was no true trust in Jared Goff, even though he showed out that year. There was still really no major trust in him. And seeing that kind of let me know they know what they're missing. They just didn't want to tell them that right after getting them to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I believe with any other quarterback who was in the playoffs that year, I believe the Rams opened up the playbook a lot bigger against New England, and maybe they have a ring.
Yeah. Fucking New England. The niggas was like, Duke. It's like, God, why are they successful?
Like, damn, I didn't get Chief. Now we got to keep this.
Yeah, fact. Like I ain't never like hated no one's achievements more than Duke's. That shit crazy.
Yeah. Like,
big fact. Yeah, somebody was talking about complaining about. They were like, "How could someone get tired of working from home?" I laid down a list for their ass. I said, "I just resigned from working at home." Like that shit just kind of got dead, bro. Like I just started to get uninspired. Man, then like having to deal with kids and that and like all of the other shit, I was like, nah, man, I had to create a little bit of space. And I'm looking forward to being around the team possibly. Like trying to perform some collective
Yeah.
tasks. So if I do go to work, like try and do something bigger than just all that remote shit. Oh my God, is that
They talk that talk. Hey Jordan, how y'all doing? The same. What's
So
up? Yeah.
hold on. Let
oh
me pull it back up.
Sojourner Aloha, huh? How you doing, Zalin?
What it do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm setting
Damn,
up in the kitchen right now, son.
girl, Sador, I see you out there modeling on the gram. See your pic. Yo, you got any picks for NFL at all? You like sports at all? Or she look like she too girly girl to care about damn sports systems.
I mean, it's a good way to stay in touch. Maybe you be talking to a man trying to get one or whatever. You stay
Mm-hmm.
listening to this show. I can guarantee you, when he starts talking sports, you can actually be like, "Oh yeah, I know a little something about that," and you can just drop the knowledge you pick up here. Free
Mm.
game.
Pick up free game. How about that? Free game. That's my favorite kind of game. I ain't gonna count.
Sure. Free game or cheap game. It's all the same heat game.
Mm. Talk to him, bro. It take game, the peep game. You hear me?
Tell me though.
Mm. They taking a little ski. Crypto taking a little dip right now, but it's still in the same pocket. It's in that sweet zone. So Jordan.
Yeah, hey y'all. Yeah, I know about sports. I'm not into it. I used to be, but I'm not into it no more. So yeah, sometimes I pick up on stuff. I got brothers and cousins that's into it heavy. Out of all their teams, they like.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
But
okay.
since you ain't into it like that, it's a whole Super Bowl about to pop off. I know you know
Tell us
about the
what
Super
you think.
Bowl. Woo! No, it's the Super Bowl, so it's that time of the year, and it's a big deal.
Mhm.
So the people that are in the Super Bowl are the Bengals from Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati
First,
Bengals.
though, first Ohio-based team to go to a championship game outside of Ohio State.
Yeah, the whole state of Ohio is cursed. Like they are not going to championship games. LeBron blessed them. Ohio State was holding them down, but they slumping. But then they're going up against the Rams. They're going up against LA. The LA Rams that used to be in St.
Ooh,
Louis, but they
the
done
same city they
started their
lost
whole
LeBron
team up.
James to. Ooh,
You said what?
same city they lost LeBron James to.
Fucked up.
Ooh,
That's fucked up.
the storyline thickens. Ooh.
But that's crazy though, man. LeBron was 18 years old with a franchise on his back. Come on, bro. Then he put them all the way. He rode through the mud trying to get them in there with some
But
scrubs, and
this
then he
man
came,
took a 34-year-old Eric Snow to the NBA Finals.
bro. Hello,
My man Big Z had 4 fingernails and 3 toes left by the time LeBron and got them boys to the finals.
bro. He got Anderson Varejao, and like, man, like, come on, bro.
Bruh, he got Tristan Thompson paid. That's the most impressive thing of his whole career.
Correct. Like, he got these people out here looking like they was doing something, and it's
Bruh, he
bruh.
made the Cavaliers go back and sign J.R. Smith.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. Jr. was a staple to the style for a little minute. I don't even think people peep game. Like they had him in a little 2-man type chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, he was the only player that he liked that he could get because he couldn't
Same,
get Melo for so long. I believe had Melo not come out to New York, he might have actually dropped over there in Cleveland when he signed
no,
that second deal back in 2011.
I think Jr. was a dude that LeBron looked up to. That looked up to LeBron, and so LeBron, they mutual respect. LeBron knew that if he gave him the ball, he was like, "Let me get that." Like, bro was gonna kick that.
True.
He knew JR was gonna come up off that because he knew that. You know what I mean? Also, LeBron, like, he looking for you on the oop and everything. Like, LeBron is a guy you can do that for because, like, that's Bron, bro. Like, he passed the ball. Like, he ain't got that Kobe in him.
Nah, I'll be real with you, bro. There's a reason why some players are not. Some players need to play with established players, and some guys you can actually build around.
Mm-hmm.
Like LeBron's one of those guys you can build your team around. Like you can keep young dudes who are trying to learn the game around him because LeBron's known how to win with that because he got to the finals with 4 balls of socks and a broomstick. So the fact that he was actually able to do that lets me know that you can actually put a young team like that LA team. LA didn't have to blow that team up. All they would have had to do was give them 2 years, and they'd have been right there in the finals, winning that championship.
Yeah.
But they won with AD. They would have won it that year because think about the leap that all the players that they had at that point had. Think about that leap Lonzo took, that leap Brandon Ingram took, Drew Randall. Think about the jump these guys took.
True.
Now, all of that would
On
have been in
rebuild
LA
mode.
right now.
In rebuild mode, and with they star like still doing that same shit. Zion Williamson, he disappointed me, man.
I
I want to
mean,
see
I
more of him on
told
Texas.
people, and you remember this conversation that we had, talk. You remember this? I said, honestly, I like Barrett more than I like Zion. And everyone called me nuts because Barrett wanted the one out there in the highlights. But when you look at them stat lines when they was at Duke, Barrett was the one leading them in almost every category. Only reason why Zion got the love was because he came in with the more hype. But Barrett
Yeah.
was the better player.
See, I ain't gonna lie. I really wouldn't care about this. I ain't been making some money off of this shit recently. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't like some shit that, like, even with the fantasy league, it's something that we stay networked over, right? Like, we're good friends, childhood friends and shit. We still networking politics over this fanfare for sports. Like, that's what I think. Like, people don't get that, like, sports hit deep because, I mean, it's a connector, right? Like, it's a shared interest. And I oftentimes tell ladies, like, I think sports is like real reality television.
Yeah, it is.
Like, real.
And it was wild. No one had to write the story for us. We do it ourselves.
Correct.
Like I can tell you why in my house there will be no rooting for any New York baseball clubs. Why? Because Daddy's a Red Sox fan and grew up a Bulls fan as well. You think I got any love for New York sports in my heart?
None. Zilch.
Absolutely none. So,
Shout to the guy, legends in the
bro,
sport. Oh,
I've connected with people on a basis that we just like the same baseball team.
yeah, I think
People
my
have offered me beer because I like the same college team they like. Like you like the point that you made that sports is the biggest connector in the world. I believe
oh, bro.
the Olympics may be the one chance we still have at some level of peace in the world.
World peace.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the only reason why I don't hold out much hope is because of the country is being hosted. That's really the only reason I don't hold out hope.
Russia was supposed to host. Russia
No,
host.
that thing's in Beijing, bro.
Yeah, they were supposed to host one, right?
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
were supposed to host. But I don't think right now, with how the world's been over the last 2 years, that China's really going to be the most welcoming place for everybody else.
Oh man, China on a lot. Like they might even strap down some of the folks. Like, but man, China got some shit. China got some shit. Beijing, sheesh. Oh,
And not to mention, how many of them people you know are going to go over there protesting like it's their home
yeah.
country, talking about some free Hong Kong, guaranteed something of that pop up.
Oh, yeah, I know, bro. And you know the type of like kind of corrupt shit that goes into like prepping the city for the Olympics. Fortunately, they are
Mhm.
Olympic facilities there because they did the 2008 games in Beijing, didn't
Yes, they did.
they? Yeah. So what? Those were some of those facilities. Shit. I mean,
Yeah, wow, those same facilities they used in '08 are now Uyghur Muslim camps.
exactly. I know they probably need the relief because man, I seen some YouTube shit talking about like the abandoned Olympic like facilities all over the world, and it was like they were going, just showing shit crazy, bro. Like
Mhm.
especially the shit they did in South Africa. That fucked up. Shit they did in
Oh
Brazil.
yeah, yeah. When they had the no, when they had the World Cup in South Africa, man, they jacked that place up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, like I said, I'm a sports lover.
Oh no,
I
them
was I was
Vuvuzela
waking
popping
I was
though.
waking up at 2:30 in the morning to watch them games.
Them vuvuzelas was hitting. They
They
put
was, bro. Like everyone else thought it was annoying. I just got high and loved it. I was like,
out.
bro, this shit sound good as hell.
It just
Like,
sounded like a place. Like you feel me? Took the game to another level.
it really did.
They
It
took
really did.
up in Africa. They had some whole new sound contraction out there, like fucking the folks up. Like they had
Hmm.
the whole vibe set for African teams. Like
Everyone else walking through like, oh, this seems extremely cultural. Yes, it is, bitch.
mm-hmm. They putting the juju out there against. They putting the vibes against you.
I said, I think South Africa played pretty well in that cup. I don't think they won a game, but I know they played well.
Yeah. Now Brazil, shoot, Brazil was kind of at the prominence then. They started,
Yeah, but that year, man, it was all about France, bro. France was on it.
man. I remember my boy Thierry Henry. That's one of my favorites.
Sure.
Him and Ronaldinho.
Bro, people be forgetting about that, man, Ronaldinho, bro. They don't talk about him, they talk about Messi. But Ronaldinho was putting in that work.
And you know he got a son. I'm not gonna lie, like one of my secret fixations is like keeping up with legends' sons.
Yeah, like, yo, bro, think about the Golden State. So you talking about, kind of take it back to the NBA. You talking about offspring, bro. The Golden State Warriors is legit the daycare of the NBA stars of the night.
Oh yeah.
We got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, both their daddies played in the league. Gary Payton, Jr.
Mm-hmm.
and what's my other boy? Oh shit.
That's a ball club.
Yeah, they got like I think they got like 4 or 5 guys on their roster whose daddy played in the NBA.
You talking about on Golden State?
Just on Golden State.
Curry Payton.
Gary Payton, there we go. Gary Payton. And
Mm-hmm.
of course Steph, Clay.
Mm-hmm.
You got the roster pulled up?
Otto Porter.
Did Otto Porter's daddy play in the league?
They got not Draymond.
Yeah, we know Draymond was the first in his family.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would have remembered somebody that ugly.
I see is Wiggins and Damian Lee. Poole.
Because one had another NBA kid. Maybe it's just them three, but I swear to God, it felt like it was
Yeah, still good.
still more than any other team I knew.
Yeah. No, it's still a good. But yeah, bro, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, we're 48 minutes, bro. We gotta keep this down. So it's salvageable. I know we got some dope shit we can pull out of here. I definitely think a minute.
Definitely. So, we trying to throw this into a wrap up?
Oh yeah, let's wrap up.
All right. Y'all. So y'all just got a bit of a behind the scenes look into the Halftime Adjustment podcast, which I'm honestly considering doing this on Sundays at 10. My brother doing this right here on stereo and also posting the clips to YouTube as well. So don't forget to hit the bio, copy paste the link, go and subscribe
I
to our
got
brother's page. Cause
dope way you can integrate it too. No, I didn't want to cut you off though. What were you saying?
yeah, just letting y'all know copy the link in the bio for the YouTube page. Go there and subscribe because this right here is gonna be the season where I can upload a whole lot more because I finally got personal things in my life in order.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I was gonna say too that like a dope way would be to like do it how you were doing the conventional ones and shit like that, and then pull in some of this content like you're looking down at your phone or be like, look, and I also want to go back to a segment from the live podcast over on stereo and then pull up your phone and make it look like bang, like the shit on your phone. Like you just pulled up your phone, like you holding your phone in your hand, and the conversation playing.
Damn, that's dope as hell. Gotta find out how to do that with my phone.
Bro, I could show you how to do that. That's nothing.
Bad.
I can show you how to do that. But yeah, no, you already know, man. Definitely lock in with my boy Theta, man. Shout out my boy Legends in the spot right now. But yeah, it's been me tapping in as a cooperator with my boy on Halftime Adjustment, because definitely his thing. Wanted to chop it up. Just some storylines and some things, man. We done dissected the Super Bowl. Got some talking points on our own.
Yeah. And best believe next week when we talk a little bit more about the matchups, play style, I'll have all that ready for y'all as well. Like I said, when I do my show, I go in deep.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. You go to ESPN, you get the frosting of the cupcake. You come to my show, you're gonna bite that motherfucker.
You're gonna get the cupcake.
Yeah, you're gonna get the cupcake. They just like to taste the frosting. They don't go too deep into what they think about, because they ain't trying to offend nobody. They soft like that.
Keep it a bando.
Oh, you know that's something that comes. That's the floor model with my family.
Man, you hear me? People be having me bad. They be like, bro, why are you trying to just act like you're about it? And like, just, I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. I ain't acting like nothing, bro. Like, I just ain't built for all of the halfway. You don't keep it halfway where I'm from.
And we from the same spot, so you already know what that is.
I really get right. Like, trust me, the education and polished, but not removed. That part. But yeah, man, without further ado, man, much appreciation for your time, my friend. Till next time, shout out my boy Legend. Shout out my guy, follow Halftime Adjustment.
Definitely follow on all platforms. I'm gonna start uploading a lot of stuff on everything. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And like I said, just go ahead, copy paste the link, YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because more stuff's gonna be coming.
Yay. All right, my guy.
All right, my guy. Peace.